Aloha! I am here at the 26th anniversary of Hawaii Star Ball with the man of the hour, Mr. David Alvarez. How are you, David?
Great. Aloha.
And like I said before, it's just a shame you don't have a view up here on the
I know.
on the 31st floor of
I'll
the suite.
work harder next time.
That's it. You should really see if you could get some perks or something.
Yes, and this is what the most amazing thing about this is 80% of the rooms have this view.
Incredible.
80%.
Wow.
I mean, so if you're the lucky one and you're part of the Hawaii Star Ball, this can be your view.
That's it.
Before
Straight
and
on
after
Diamond
you
Head.
compete, and it's just
Wow.
incredible. And everyone that comes in, they always say, David, it's like, God, I could just like be starting. I'm like, oh, it's a competition, and then they just look outside and they're like, I'm in
That's it.
Hawaii.
That's it.
I'm ready to dance.
That's it.
So it's so wonderful, and I'm so grateful and blessed that we are here in Hawaii in paradise. And this was my home once, and I'm now in California, but I come back and I just want to share with everyone this wonderful island of Oahu. Most of our competitions, and we go to a lot of competitions, you and I,
Of course.
and everyone else here as well. And it's nice to have a place that you can say, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to, stay a few days or maybe come a few days before the competition and just make it really special. Because we all do. We go into the hotel, we stay there, we dance for 3 days.
And we never see daylight.
We never see daylight.
That's it.
Right. And I tell you that
Absolutely.
people, and it's amazing that people comes up to me and they say, David, you're working me really hard. I'm still in the ballroom. And I'm like, it's just 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You got
don't
all,
realize it.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you have the rest of the evening, the sunset. I mean, just.
And I do have to say that's a good point that you mentioned that, because we end so early in the afternoon sessions that we have such a nice break, and then we have dinner and everything. And some clients, even if they do the dinner package, you can do dinner outside. I know a lot of people have been testing out some of the really nice restaurants in the area, and so that way they can really take into consideration the schedule that you created
Right.
to be able to enjoy the location that they're at, because like you said, we don't often get to take advantage of the great places we visit.
Right. And that's the thing about Hawaii. The food is so good here.
Yes.
And it's like, we all have like the buffets and the sit-down dinners at competitions, but the food here is incredible. So a lot of people do take advantage of our 5-star amazing restaurants that's around this hotel that even though they have packages, they're like, David, I'm sorry, but we gotta try all this great, amazing food.
So that's a great segue, because my next question was going to be is what do you recommend restaurant-wise or even attraction-wise to do outside of the Sheraton or outside of Waikiki even?
Yes, well, there's so many different things. It's like we have in the...
we have a great view on Diamond Head,
I know,
so that's a
yeah.
great start, right?
And that right there in itself is like people that likes to exercise, likes to hike.
Sure.
I mean, you can hike Diamond Head.
Right.
You can go from the Sheraton, you can walk to Diamond Head. It's about a 45-minute walk. It's about a 45 to an hour long up the most gorgeous view.
Yeah.
So that's, one thing there. But, there's so many things here like the waterfalls, the other side of the island that is so beautiful.
Yes,
The
the North Shore.
The North Shore. The waves this week was so
Oh my God,
incredible.
I know.
Just the pictures that everybody is taking,
Yes.
on their breaks. I have people that have an hour and a half break. They're down in the pool. They go into the ocean. They jump in the ocean. They come back. They put their costumes on and they're dancing. It's like, it's incredible.
I know.
It is incredible.
Fred Astaire, Redondo Beach, their whole group went surfing today. Restaurants you recommend?
Yes, well, my favorite #1 top-notch restaurant here in Honolulu is Azure. And Azure is right next door at the Royal Hawaiian. And that's actually one of the restaurants that we did the Big Kahuna package this year. So that was the restaurant that we started the whole week. So on Monday night,
great.
we went to Azure. That was our first attraction.
Oh, that's
so what
fantastic.
we do with the Big Kahunas is we do private tourings.
Okay.
I like it to make it really, really special for them. So we went to the macadamia farm, which was incredible. Talk about
amazing.
all flavors are macadamia nuts. It was
My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
incredible. and then we went to the Dole pineapple. You know,
Yes.
I
I did that last year. It was so cool.
Oh, we
Yes.
had the best ice cream, pineapple ice cream. If you've never tried this, you have to try this. This is
Only
the
in
best
Hawaii can you get
ice
something like
cream.
this. Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to go back to the grocery store and say, you know, if you don't carry it, you need to carry this because it was just so delicious.
Right.
So we had such a
Oh, that
wonderful
sounds
time.
incredible. And of course, you do the day before you do the catamaran
Yeah.
tour as well.
Yes, we actually do the catamaran the day of the luau. So in
Oh,
the
that's
morning
right.
we do
That's right.
catamaran. The evening we do this incredible luau, and I'm
Oh.
sure everyone's going to be seeing
Phenomenal.
videos. Everyone has videos
Yes.
of the luau, and
The
this
luau is
year.
just incredible. I mean, between the food and the show, the fire. I mean, you have these small children just doing things with fire that they probably shouldn't be doing, but
I know.
we're just so amazed by it. It was so beautiful, and of course, we got lucky this year because right at the end last year it rained
Yes.
out
Oh,
of nowhere.
yes. And
I would say we got lucky last year too because it was at the end. But
It was at the very end, and it was really sad because it was in the portion of the fire dancers, and of course,
Right.
they work so hard and they're ready for it, and they're so pumped, and
They
the
are.
kids were just like,
They were
I mean,
phenomenal.
just ready for it.
Yeah.
And right when they first started, as you know,
Sure.
oh, this huge rain cloud came through,
And
and
everyone
just
goes running into the hotel.
the whole show was over in 2.2 seconds.
it.
So this year I was praying that we had such wonderful weather, and
incredible.
it's been incredible.
The whole week.
The
We've had
whole
great weather the
entire
whole week. I think it even tried to rain a little bit today, and the clouds quickly dissipated. You can see this gorgeous blue sky behind
Yes.
us. It's
Oh.
phenomenal. Let's go back into the ballroom for a minute. I walked into the ballroom, completely different decoration. I mean, just a huge step up from just everything you've done. And you said, I finally feel like I found the pocket and where I really wanted to be with these decorations. What was the inspiration, or how did you come upon that?
Well, it's really hard here in the islands because, I mean, of course, in the mainland, you have all these people that does the ballroom decorations, and here it's so
Right.
hard to get them here, all the equipment and things like
A
that.
lot.
So it took me 5 years to really get the right people together with the same vision, because we would write things down, we would have pictures, and every year it was just not what I
Yes.
really, really wanted. And this year, finally, it came together. It was
It's
waterfall and orchids. That was my
Oh.
theme. And if you just would see the ballroom,
That's
I
it.
mean, just live flowers everywhere.
Everywhere.
Orchids just cascading down
Yes.
from the deck captain. I mean, the deck area.
The deck area is my
Oh
favorite. I
my
was just
God,
about
it
to
is-
say that.
it was
It's
so
so
stunning.
beautiful with the whole, it almost looks like you're just walking under a tunnel of flowers.
Yes.
It's just absolutely beautiful way to step onto the ballroom in Hawaii. I mean, it
Yes.
couldn't be more perfect.
So each year, I think, and I'm learning. This is new for me. This is my 5th year, and I think that this year I feel comfortable. Finally, I feel comfortable. Like, wow, now
This is it,
I got the feel of it. I know what needs to be done. I know, months in preparation.
Of
I mean,
course.
and of course, a great team, and
Of course.
everyone is just each year. They're loving being a part of it, and
Yeah.
it's a teamwork, and this year
Absolutely.
it all just came together, and it
That's great. So we have a lot, because we're in Hawaii, we have a lot of international representation here. So, I know a few years back we had Australia, we've had China, Japan, a lot of Japan, Thailand, so many different representation. You had a woman from China come up and have a conversation with you this afternoon.
Oh, it was.
Tell me a little bit about
It was
that.
the best, and this is one thing. My dream and my goal in life, and I hope one day it'll happen, to know each language. So anyone that can come up to me can feel comfortable in a conversation.
Wow.
And today
Quite a goal.
I had this gal from China came, and she was trying to tell me something, and I couldn't understand her.
She thought you spoke Chinese.
No one. And I mean, I have a Chinese interpreter. She was not in the room. I mean, usually they come in the evenings, and it was like, oh my God, she is, and I didn't know if she was doing this, and she was doing this, and she was hitting her wrist, and I'm like, oh my God, medical attention, medical attention.
Oh, you thought
I'm like,
it was more- yes.
and all of a sudden she did this, and that's the only universal picture
Sure.
that we all, if we see
That's
this,
it.
you knew it was photography.
That's it.
And I'm like, I got it. So we had like a 10-minute conversation,
Oh my
and she
God.
was trying to, get me to understand her, and I was trying to for her to understand me, and we were just going back and forth.
Goodness.
And then we figured it out. She wanted to have the photographer take pictures of her while she was dancing.
Love it.
And after that, I swear, we were having conversations going back and forth.
Yes.
I couldn't speak Chinese, she couldn't speak English. And we were communicating, and we were having a great time, and we were laughing at each other. It was so special, but we got it,
You know, and I do have to say that it's almost like that is what they call the spirit of Aloha,
Yes.
right? I was talking to Sherry, who's our MC. I was talking to Star.
Oh.
I mean, she's just fantastic. And so we were discussing the culture. They're both native here, born and raised, and they were just discussing the spirit of Aloha and giving and love and appreciating everyone. And you know who else said something was Lucas and Yana, who own Aloha Dance Sport,
Right.
and how they come in and they came here from New York, and they were so embraced by the Hawaiian people, and now they've been here for over 10 years. And I think that's such a beautiful thing to see when you come here tourism, they're going to do their best to create a happy space for the tourists, but I think they take it really a step beyond
Right.
from most other
Right. Oh,
touristic
yes.
places that really creates this, like they said, the spirit of Aloha and Mahalo, and I think they show that a lot in the luau as well.
Yes, definitely. And I think that when I took this competition over 5 years ago, the previous owner, Jeffrey Fells, a very dear friend of mine, said, David, there were so many people that wanted this competition. They wanted it so bad.
They do. They love
and
it.
he
Yes.
chose me because he knew that I would keep it local, and I would
That's
keep
beautiful.
it with the Aloha spirit, and
Yes.
just to keep it, like the origin of the roots and the islands, and for people when they come in, for them to know that this is not just a regular dance competition.
Right.
So
Right.
for 5 years, I've really tried keeping it very, culture. I
Definitely.
need for them to know the
Yes.
culture. And I've had so many people new this year, and everyone was like, David, what's a lei? Why are people wearing, flowers around their neck?
Everything has a meaning.
Yes.
Everything means something. Everything has a cultural representation, which I think is so beautiful.
Yes, and also a luau. They're like, one of our judges was here for the first time. What's a luau? I have no idea. I said, well, you're in for a treat.
it.
This is
yes.
one of the big festivities here in Hawaii. So I try to keep it very traditional.
It's beautiful.
And I think that people that are coming from all over, they're loving that part because it's just very different. And like we say, it's a competition like no other.
That's it. Like no other. In paradise. You heard it here first. So I want you to go ahead and speak to your guests and everyone here in Paradise and thank, kind of your final thoughts. We're wrapping up here. We're heading into Saturday night. And then for those who weren't able to make it, what you have planned for next year.
Yes, well, we had a lot of people that were supposed to be here this year, and they were very disappointed, especially with all your posts and all your videos and everyone posting their pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, why aren't we there?
A lot of island envy going on.
So for next year, September 25th through the 29th, you got to put it in your calendar.
Yes.
You got to try this competition, and for you to see why this competition is special. So the 25th through the 29th of September of next year, I hope to see you here. I promise you will have a great time.
And in closing, we just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for inviting us all to
have
Paradise.
You. Always love
And
having you.
mahalo.
Mahalo to you.